Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's your girl, Empress Zingha. Haven't seen me in a while, huh? Hope you guys have been doing okay and your family's great. Today, we have a really cool treat for you. I'm sitting down with the group from the Space Cadets. I am so excited because they just came all the way over from New York to come and join us here in Barbados, and we're going to be sitting and chatting with them. It's going to be loads of fun. Don't forget to subscribe here wherever you are watching. Share the video if you like it, or send us an email at GineOn.com. Okay, guys, welcome.
What's going on?
Hey. Welcome to Barbados. What's going on?
Good things.
Good things in Barbados are going on.
Beforehand. So, first of all, just say who you are, instruments that you play, so that everybody at home can know who you are.
Sure. I'm Tim Kubart. I'm the leader of the group. I play guitar and I sing.
Nice.
And I write the songs.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I'm Philippe and I am the tap dancer of this group.
Ah.
I'm the dancer, not only the tap dancer, but the dancer.
Nice. Okay.
The hype man.
Yes.
Yes. Yeah.
I'm Diana Lawrence. I'm the keyboard player, and I can sing some backup vocals occasionally.
Oh, okay.
Hey, what's going on? I'm Chip Thomas. I play drums and percussion. Happy to be here.
Nice.
Let's do this.
And Felipe, Diana, and Chip are also amazing artists and songwriters and creators.
Oh, they were just being humble.
Lots of stuff. They were just being humble, yeah.
Why is producing children's music so important to you guys?
I've been making children's music since I was 19 years old. I started playing music for kids and families when I was in college. I would volunteer at a shelter for women and children experiencing homelessness in college, and I started realizing that my favorite thing to do every week was to go here and to have that experience, whether I'm reading books or helping out with snack and then eventually singing songs. I was like, oh, how can I figure out how to turn this into a career? So I started just, a lot of times when you do art, you start by doing what other people are doing. You're like, let me play songs that I like. Let me be on stage and act like this person that I like. But eventually you want to do it yourself, right? So figuring out the things that move my heart and the type of songs that I want to sing and the ones that make me want to dance, the ones that make me want to laugh and me want to cry, maybe we can find the thing that bridges that gap between what's important to me and what's important to families and kids. Yeah, and we are here. We are not only singing my songs, but also just talking about creativity and talking about improvisation, which Chip and Felipe do during the shows. That we teach kids all about that. And so Felipe's tap dancing, Chip's playing the drums, and just kind of sharing a love of the arts as well.
Nice.
I'm from Brazil and I moved to New York 10 years ago.
Wow.
And the work that I do is much more teaching. I teach kids, but I teach a lot of adults too. Okay. And I choreograph. I have like a small group of people that I create new dance work. So my work is pretty much like on the concert world of dance. When I get to do this with Tim, it's just such a joy, you know what I mean? Because I get to like channel my inner child again, and you know.
Felipe is a brilliant teacher of kids, and like not only are the kids so excited to learn their first tap dance step, but they also get to learn a little bit of history because tap dance has such a rich history that Felipe makes sure that lets the children know, where does this come from.
Coming down the line.
Oh, jeez.
Die.
Let's see. My first job out of school, I moved to Chicago out of college, and my first job, I arrived in Chicago, and 48 hours later, I auditioned to be an accompanist, a pianist, for the Chicago Children's Choir, this enormous organization that serves kids all over the city, thousands of kids. And I started playing for children every week, a couple times a week. And I'd never thought, oh, this is something that I'm going to really enjoy. I was just going to be a job. And I started to see all these things happening in the room where something I would do would light up the room, or something I could say to a kid or sing to a kid could change their day and their face and everything about them. Okay, this is not what I expected, but this is really interesting. And I kept doing things like that. I kept working with kids and with adults. And I would also realize playing in bands, if there were kids or adults there, I would often be the only woman on stage in a band of men. And seeing, especially kids, see seeing me there made a difference to the girls in the audience.
Yeah.
Seeing that there's a woman on stage.
Yeah.
Having a woman on stage, that also says something to the boys in the audience as well.
Yeah, it does.
Thank you.
It does.
Yeah.
Man, this is hard to follow. I mean, I'm gonna just keep it
Speak
short,
from the heart. You'll be
you know,
fine.
but
You'll be fine.
I don't know. Okay, I'm gonna go deep. So, I grew up and I was very fortunate to have wonderful music education at every step of the way in my youth and my young adulthood and in school, college as well. But I noticed that some schools, you know, some places fall on harder times than others, and music education in the States is one of the first things that schools were cut. And I noticed that when I was in college and beyond college, and because I had such an amazing experience with my education, my music education, I wanted to see, are there ways that I can help, even just teaching lessons, doing some lessons for free, coming in and speaking at schools. And my passion kind of just grew from there. And then I was fortunate enough to meet some other people who worked in children's music in New York City. I met Tim that way. We've known each other for like 10 years and we've been working together for a good portion of those 10 years. And to see a child's eyes light up when they learn something or they figure something out, if it's just a simple drum pattern, that gives me more joy than anything, including playing in front of 10,000 people, which I have done. And it's awesome when I do that. But seeing even yesterday, you know, we played in front of 10 children at a library, and one of the kids just grabbed the drumsticks out of my bag. Peter, I'm looking at you. And I just started teaching him paradiddles, which is a pattern, and he got it, and he got really excited, and it just was a really magical moment.
I love that, actually. Chip, Diana, and Philippe, all of them, normally when we finish a performance, I have to clean up a bunch of things and things like that. I'm like in my head because I just kind of talked and sang for an hour.
Yeah.
And I'm cleaning something up, and then I look up, and one of them or all of them are with the kids and teaching them something. And I think that just adds so much to the show.
Yes,
that either before or after the show, we have some education throughout it, but the fact that like it continues on when the show is over, it's amazing that they all do that.
Yeah.
I think that's like the magical moment that happens because you get all prepared and you do all this stuff, but then there are these little kids that like want to know more and they come to you. I think that is the actual magic moment. You're like, yes,
Absolutely.
So tell me a little bit about Space Cadets, your name, because that definitely stands out. It's not something that you would hear.
That's funny.
That is, you know, basically or anything like that. I want to know the story behind it.
That's an interesting question. I actually don't get that question too often. It's so funny. When I first started making things for kids, when I was in my early 20s, I had a goal. I said, I want to host a kids TV show.
Okay.
I wrote a treatment for a kids TV show, which was, this is so long ago, which is funny that the name has stayed. But the show was about me living in an apartment with a bunch of alien puppets. And
that's cute.
so I had this idea for the show, and I didn't have much money or anything, and I wanted to make an episode of this or something, try and get it on a network.
Or something.
Yeah, but the only thing I could really afford to do, which was record a few songs that I thought would be in the show. So the first thing I did, I am a musician, is I got band members together to get into a studio and record these songs, and I called the thing Tim and the Space Cadets, and then I started playing concerts, and I was like, I guess that's the name. So the name is just stuck. So I have no alien puppets, but I do have Philippe, Diana.
So what you're saying is you do have aliens.
It might be time to bring it back, though. I don't know if we can put it in the show somehow, or look out for space puppets.
Sure.
Now you guys won a Grammy.
Yes.
Can you tell us a little bit about that story?
It's a very good day. What was really fun was when I found out that we were nominated for a Grammy. I was on a plane, and I did for some reason I forgot to put my phone into airplane mode. So my phone was just there.
I saw Philippe's eyebrows that you did what?
I was like, okay, no judgments.
But I got one text came through, and it was just a bunch of people dancing. And I knew that the Grammy nominations had come out that day, and I was like, was I just nominated for a Grammy? So I got the Wi-Fi. I went into airplane mode and got the Wi-Fi.
You fixed it. Okay.
Yeah, I fixed it.
Yeah, I'm feeling better.
And then a bunch of text messages came in. And I've been really lucky that that award has given some notoriety that some wonderful things have been able to happen, such as the US Embassy bringing us here. It really helps a lot. But can I speak about Grammys for a second?
Sure.
Great. Definitely when I first started what I do, I gave myself a bunch of goals, and one of them was, one day wouldn't it be so great if I won the Grammy for children's music?
Yeah.
And then I did, and it's a really wonderful day. But I would say the best thing about winning a Grammy is you get the incredible knowledge that you didn't have to win a Grammy. That everything that led up to there was the really special stuff. Was meeting wonderful musicians that you get to play with. Being in the recording studio all night trying to figure out what's the right lyric. That's the moment. And then being on stage and being able to share with kids and families. That's the real moment. After the show and teaching the kids. That's the real moment. Of course, the Grammy has helped us get even more of those moments, and I'm very grateful for it. But the really special stuff came before and after.
Wow.
Yeah.
In terms of you focusing in on the extra special moments and what created the Grammy for you in the first place, and speaking about the foundation of it, that is what made it important for you guys.
Yeah. And it gave me perspective on everything else. That today was a great day, but oh wait, it was all the things that led up to this that I cherish even more.
Not the end as important, but the journey. Saw you guys performing at primary school recently, and saw Philippe's lovely red shoes.
Oh, let's talk about it.
Yes, slap the feet, let's see them.
Yay.
Are those a trademark?
Do you know, I think it has become, because those red shoes, they have been with me, as you can see, for a few years. It's a little beat up. I love those shoes, and I'm gonna say yes, but I'm also gonna say that I have
Others?
a lot of different color shoes.
Wow.
Philippe's fashion is on point.
I just love when I get the chance to just go absolutely, out of my, because we work, I teach, I'm always wearing clothing that it's very, suitable for that.
Yeah.
So it's nice when I have a chance to be like this character. So I have a bunch of this. I came very classic today. But if you're coming to this show, or if you have seen any of these shows, you see that I get very
Nice
colorful.
handkerchief in the pocket.
There's
Well,
more.
that's actually
There's
it.
more.
Oh! Wait, no. So, you guys at home probably think everybody here is all from New York and everything is pretty and cool, but one of these people here actually has Bajan ancestry. Check.
Yes,
So, you're a Bajan?
I am. I'm never leaving. So, do you have like a extra bedroom or something I could kick it at?
Sure.
Okay,
so,
cool. All right.
tell us a little bit about that, because I wasn't expecting that when, the little producers can get back.
Yeah, I mean, I'll start by saying I'm trying to learn more. So during my trip, if and when I come back soon, hopefully I can get more in touch. I have family, I have blood here. I found out a few months ago that I did like a DNA test. Right?
Okay.
So that said that my family on my dad's side came from West Africa. But then I was talking with my great aunt, and she told me, you have Bajan roots too. She said, my great grandfather's name was Sean Jones. My great grandmother's Violet Gittins, which I heard.
She's
Gittins
Violet
and
Gittins? That
Jones.
is visual to the bone.
That's
Right,
what
come.
But as soon as I landed, it felt like home. It felt like a home. So I'm excited to be here as Mama.
Okay, so we know this topic is near and dear to your heart, intellectual property. So how important is it that artists protect the rights of the songs they create, and what experiences have you had that you would like to share with the Barbadian audiences?
Jeez, well,
It's heavily loaded, I know.
yeah, no, there's so many stuff. I mean, there's it's such a complex issue. There's legal parts of it, and then there's sort of, like almost parts of it that live in your heart. You make these things, and they're a part of you, and then you send them out into the world.
Yeah.
And they really, in some ways, belong to those who listen to them, but at the same time, they wouldn't exist if they weren't made by you. And it is your work. It is your love and your job and your career. And so figuring out ways to compensate people for what they do so they can keep doing it, so they can keep surviving in a world that is not easy for artists to survive in, is important. And in the U.S., I mean, I wish we were better at educating artists in the U.S. about how to do this, but I feel like at least I, and probably all of us who make music, we've all gathered information as best we can along the way. In the States, there are a few organizations that will pay you royalties if you register with them, like ASCAP and BMI and CSAC and some other organizations in the States. if you have the means, there are people in the legal field that will help you support you with that. But it isn't always easy. And so I felt like, at least in my life as a songwriter and as somebody supporting other songwriters, I'm trying to always learn about what are the ways we can continue to create art and get compensated for it and support other people who do that.
Yeah.
Because it's a community of people, and we need to support each other and protect each other's intellectual property so that we can all keep making art.
Yeah.
I love that. It's about your worth. It's about your work's worth, but it's about the worth of art as well. And also, I think as an artist, it's important, if you want to be a full-time artist, to understand that there, unfortunately, but just because it's necessary, there's a day job aspect to it. That if it's really what you want to do, and it doesn't have to be. If it's something that you just want to have as a hobby, that's totally okay. But if you really want to do it, you need to understand that you have to sit down at your computer, learn about how you need to register things, and to actually take the time and do it.
I'm very glad that you guys pointed out that particular segment of you wish that education was more in America in terms of how to get intellectual property, because a lot of us here in Barbados would think, oh, we're so small, or even in the region, we're so small, we don't think about intellectual property, and everybody overseas will be doing it, Europe, North America and such, will be thinking about intellectual property, but it seems as though artists have this as you say, it comes from your heart. So you don't want to think about business. You just want to create. You just want to make people happy. You just want to heal the world, quote unquote. You don't want to be sitting down doing finances and balancing checkbooks and all of that. You know what I mean? But you have to do it because if you want to keep the lights on, you need to know where the money's going, or if anybody's stealing anything from you. So
yeah, if you want
maybe
to be a
it's a
full-time
global
artist,
thing.
you have to use both sides of your brain.
Yeah, so maybe it's a global conversation that artists all over the world need to have and take a little bit more time in procuring these answers and understanding what intellectual property is like.
I had one amazing stumbling block where I thought I was registered for everything, and I was getting played a lot on XM radio and things like that. No, it was good
though.
Ending. It was good. I got a phone call from a company called Sound Exchange that pays attention to everything being played on XM radio, and they called me up and they said, "We're noticing all these songs getting played. You're not registered. We have money for you."
Oh, so you got paid.
I got paid.
Oh, okay, that's good then.
I tell people this story. So if you know that your music is getting played on XM radio, there's lots of places you can check as well. They do a good job of kind of making spreadsheets and things of everything being played. And if you go on, I know Sound Exchange is very good at it. If you go on and you type in your name, it will show all the songs that have been played places, and then it will say if it's registered or not. And if it's not, make sure you get registered.
Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. Okay, so what inspired you guys to take this trip right now to Barbados, and how challenging is it for you traveling during the pandemic?
Oh, great question. Well, what inspired us was an email from the US Embassy.
It's like, hey guys, you want to come to Barbados? Sure.
Well, I would say the embassy emailed me, and I said, well, I would go, but I'm not sure if I can. And that I have a few different band members, because they're all so talented. So they're wonderful players who have played with me many times. I was like, I'm not sure if any of my drummers are going to. Well, I'll call. And everybody I called was like, yeah, absolutely, I'll be there. We're driving from the airport, just looking at the blue waters. I've never seen anything like this before. Glass, yeah.
I would say both the embassy, but Barbados as a whole, they've made us feel as safe as possible. You know, we were tested prior to getting on the plane, quarantined, tested after arriving. And anyone coming in from the US and probably other countries as well. A lot of precautions are being taken here.
Yeah, I feel very safe. I felt very safe coming in. Then we got here and we got another test. And then I was like, I hope everything is all right. And everything was fine, because I was like, I cannot, get here and something happened. I'm going to be in the hotel and I'm gonna miss the whole fun, you know what I mean? Because performing has been great, and the places here, everywhere we go, it's gorgeous. On the other day, I went to get a croissant, and then we went to this place, and I was like, okay, I'm coming in. Gorgeous, just like the water, and I was like, oh my god, I can get used to this. I'm like, I'm loving it.
Yeah, so we thank the U.S. Embassy and we thank the people of Barbados for being so safe and so good with this pandemic, that we feel so safe being here.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Very proud.
It's been a year of